Previously in the Hellhole. It was the case to end all cases. The mystery game. It was released in the mid-1990s. It is a console exclusive. It trades heavily on the gameplay of another well-known title, but pioneers all new variations. This is no ordinary clone. It's something I don't see, something unexpected, but all I need is one tiny break. A tip-off to put me in the right direction. Siberia, ninjas, signed with an X.
Can you hear me? The creature consumes matter. It can take on any form. You cannot wait.
I've got you now.
Make no attempt to reload your device. You are now entering the Hellhole.
Welcome back to the Hellhole. Welcome to the mystery game. At last, the secret is out. The game is revealed. It is X-Men 2 Clone Wars for the Sega Mega Drive and/or Genesis. I am internet sensation Mick Lucifer, and you are joining the action live because this game has a very interesting quirk. You don't choose the character you play as, and the action begins right away. I just hit reset. What we got? We got Nightcrawler now. So it just drops you into the game. Random character. Make it work. You can hit reset if you're not happy with the character. You can keep going until you get who you want. But there's about like half a dozen X-Men. And you're away. So we're in Siberia, the first stage. This prologue stage. And we're fighting Ninja. If you've been following the Hellhole of late, you know all about these clues for the mystery game. We had a little bit of fun. We built up a bit of suspense. First stage is Siberia. That would be Ninja. If you know your comics, you know that the Red Ninja are the Hand, frequent foes and occasional friends of Daredevil. Look at this. Isn't this cool? Listen, this is a 16-bit game, and all the characters are represented. Nightcrawler can crawl on walls. How about that? So this is X-Men 2. It features various X-Men, but let's look at the clues that I laid out. So it was released in the mid-1990s. I think, from memory, this game came out in 96. So it's a relatively late Genesis title, which perhaps is reflected in its quality. It's a good-looking game. Sadly, my capture is not perhaps state-of-the-art, crisp capture, but you get the idea. So it was released in the mid-1990s, 96. It trades heavily on the gameplay of another game, and I would draw those comparisons to Shinobi 3. A lot of these characters feel Shinobi-esque. Wolverine in particular feels very much like Joe Musashi from Shinobi 3. But it does pioneer its own style. You've got sort of like the Shinobi flips. Shinobi can cling to things. Wolverine's claws act very similarly to to throwing weapons in Shinobi 3. You can use them to sort of like climb the ceiling, dig in. And this one has the interesting quirk though that like so each character has their mutant powers. And when you get full health, you can sort of do a super version of it as long as you have the top two bars. They're colored differently. You can see the health bar is in the bottom left corner. And those little lines, that's the health. But if you max your health out, you'll get you will get sort of like bright yellow bars, and that signifies the maximum power that you have. I'm making a mess of this now. Nightcrawler's a good one. Obviously, if you know Nightcrawler, you can teleport. I love the graphic style of the teleport. It looks very much like the comics. That's one of the things that I think makes this one of the all-time great comic book games. The graphics just supremely resemble the comics of the time. So there you can see we got full health. It was hidden back there. I knew it was there because I used to rent this game relatively often from Blockbuster back in the day. Never had the pleasure of owning it until earlier this year when I paid far too much. Lost my superpowers, that's a shame. We'll get them back in the next level, I'm sure. Once you clear this level, you can choose who you play as, so we'll play around with that a bit. It's been a long time since I played this. Like I said, I used to rent it from Blockbuster. That tells you how long ago it was. And I remember it well though. I probably played it a little bit in the intervening years because I did manage to complete it once, I think. Or at least I got very close. This is a tough game. I don't expect to go all the way. I think I'm going to crap out somewhere around the third stage. That's where it's going to get tough. But it's a pleasure to be playing and a pleasure to be sharing it with you. This is a game that for a while there was rarely discussed, and I would often, I would refer to it as one of the great comic book games, which I still think it is. Obviously there's a lot of challenges, but here we go, the opening credits. So we finished the prologue stage. I like this. It's a novel approach. But yeah, I still think this is one of the great comic book games. Okay, so it's copyright 95. I think it maybe came out here in 96. I could be wrong. It's a sequel to the first Mega Drive's Genesis game, which we might look at sometime. I do have that one. I own that one. But this is far superior. That first X-Men's a little bit dodgy, if I'm totally honest. You can see the plot is being laid out to Professor X, explaining the anomalies in Siberia, the techno-organic being known as Phalanx have returned. Ninjas were Phalanx clones. More are located in the Sentinel Complex. You know comics, you know this was a very contemporary storyline in the comics, Phalanx. How do we prevent the Phalanx from taking control of the Sentinels? Sentinels are incomplete and are still vulnerable from the inside. Only one Sentinel is online and connected to the factory's main power grid. Destroying this Sentinel's active coolant core will trigger an overload of the entire complex. That's the next stage we're going to do. Immediately report all new Phalanx activities. So here we go, character select. We've got 6 characters. Beast is an interesting one. I almost feel like he's the outlier, but he's pretty cool. Cyclops is good. We're going to be playing Cyclops real soon, I think. Gambit's good. Nightcrawler, you just saw, he's pretty neat. Psylocke, that's a good, interesting addition. And of course, Wolverine. I think I'm gonna go. I'm trying to remember how these stages work. So the Sentinel Factory is going to be sort of like multiple stages. It's sort of 2, I think. I will want Cyclops, but I'm gonna go with Wolverine here. I love this. I love this music. The music in this game is really good. Wolverine is you get a good run, and it's very Shinobi 3. If you played that game, you know what it's like to run with Shinobi Joe. That's what it's like, particularly when Wolverine's at full strength, because you've got that real big claw swipe. It's not always like that. That's just because I've got the max power. X Factor. It's a good looking game. And boy, what a pleasure to be playing. It's when you want to watch the electricity surging through the floor. You want to watch out for these smaller robots. These always reminded me of like the probe droids in Star Wars. Hey, how's it going? He Knows Gaming is here. Shout out to He Knows Gaming. That's nose like the nose on your face. Go check him out. All one word. We're just chilling, playing some X-Men 2. Very pleasant experience. I wish it looked a little bit better. I wish you were getting the full color palette. But it's a good looking game. We're getting by. I don't know what these robots, if they're from anything, I don't remember them in the comics. They always remind me of Beetle, the Iron Man, Spider-Man one. This is going to be a comic-heavy stream, I'm not going to lie. You know I love comics. I'm very excited to be playing this game. Very excited to own it after all those years. I don't know how many times I rented this from Blockbuster. This was a regular one. Definitely rented this a lot. I don't think I ever saw it in stores. I get the impression it was far more widely available in the United States. You can pick up a copy pretty reasonably priced. But down here in the Hellhole, didn't see it in stores very often, and had to pay a pretty penny just to get this. I had to pay more than new price, which is the most I've paid for a game in a long time. I'm not a rich man, but this game, I just love it so much. I had to do it. I had to bring it here. I had to be able to play it. I'm playing it on my Genesis that I had all those years ago. I say Genesis, I really mean Mega Drive. But, of course, American fans know it as the Genesis. And I'm using the Genesis box art because I kind of like it a little bit better. It is different box art. And the copy I have is even, it's like a silver box with a silver cartridge. I think that was some sort of limited thing in Australia. Not really sure what that was about. I think it was locally produced. Sega had a bit of a foothold here for quite a while there. And, you know, we lament the fact that Americans tend to think of the Sega war beginning with the Mega Drive and the Genesis, but the Master System was really a big factor here. And we observed the Master System in the Hellhole. That's sort of the big beginning piece of that console war. Silly as it is. I think the Mega Drive, the Genesis, is a stronger contender in that fight. But we love the Master System, and I'll be playing more Master System at some point. I thought I was going to play more coming up to Christmas, because it was just feeling like the season, but I don't know, I haven't got to it. I'm pleased to be getting to this, though. We've been hyping this up a long time. I don't know if anybody was paying attention, if they guessed. I don't think they would. The clues were vague enough. There were a lot of contenders. This was the game all along. So if you're wondering, we're smashing these terminals, and by making them malfunction, it's sending the electric shocks through the floors, and we're getting all the doors we need. Everything's unlocking. I got a bit of muscle memory for this level. Played it enough. All those rentals. So we're heading up to the Sentinel. And this is where I'm going to switch my X-Man. I guess you can, if you need a sort of like a storyline reason for what's going on here, you could imagine that maybe the X-Men are all working their way through the Sentinel factory, maybe individually. I'm switching to Cyclops because I like to have the projectile in this level, particularly when we get to the boss. The boss is going to be a lot of fun. A little bit of a reference. We'll get to it when it comes. I like this. I love this. I mean, the sprites, the graphics, everything is really fantastic in this game. I like the Cyclops though. It's got a good. It captures his stiffness. I always thought it was weird, like in some of the fighting games, they gave him like Guile's flash kick, and that's not a very Cyclops move. Cyclops is capable. He can, he can fight. He can get around. But I always think of him as a bit more of a stiff, straight up and down kind of stance. Not a martial arts, Bruce Lee style spin kick, jump, flip kick kind of guy. I don't know. There's something about the sound. I mean, the sound design in this game is great. Everything in this game is great. I love you can see the Sentinel in the background. Big giant robots. It's just very satisfying to fire off the optic blasts. I love the yellows, the blues. The colors are a little off. I sort of tinkered with my settings a little, but I probably haven't quite got the game looking the way it should. Love that multi-directional firing. I did kind of talk about he's not a martial arts guy, but you can do a fly kick. That's kind of fun. Some nice straight punches, a simple combo. Which again, like this is 16-bit platforming. It's pretty impressive. Definitely benefiting, I think, from its late release. I don't know what technology was involved, if there's any kind of like chips in the cartridge, things like that, but they really got a lot out of this game. And like I said, I don't know if we're going to go the distance. It gets tough. It gets tough, particularly in the real late stages. We'll try to get through this. I expect to get through the Sentinel factory, no trouble. Finally, because I remember it so well, but and then we're into well, there's interesting things. There's an unlockable character in this game, so we've got 6 playable characters, but there is a 7th. If you know your X-Men, even if you're just like a casual movie fan, you might be able to guess who we might recruit to our team. Something of a frenemy for the X-Men. I think he's been a team member lately in the comics. The comics have gotten pretty wild lately. Look at that, there's a Sentinel. But they're all, like we saw in the intro, they're all yet to be activated. I love just firing these beams, man. Firing these beams, blowing these robots up, it just feels so right. If you're a fan of the cartoon, you might remember the Night of the Sentinels, 2-part opener, and that first series is pretty rock solid. I did use a little bit of a clip from the Phalanx episodes of Series 5, Season 5, the intro. A little bit of an edit, not quite as it was. A little bit of Mr. Sinister for you. Mr. Sinister's big news right now in the comics. Sins of Sinister sort of been boiling away. Might be the era of Krakoa and the X-Men Nation, the Mutant Nation, might be coming to an end. I'm not sure. Might be getting ready to reset back to a more familiar, iconic status quo. And of course, who didn't think Mr. Sinister was going to go rogue at some point? So here we go. We've reached the Sentinel. So I could have done all that as Wolverine. I always forget if I get another chance to choose character. I like this area to have a projectile, but I just like to mix it up too, so I'll go to Gambit. Gambit's got his staff, you can see that, but he's also got, of course, his kinetically charged playing cards. So we'll be tossing them. See if you can name the movie reference here. Is this familiar to anyone? Gold Star to anyone? Picked a bit of a Tron vibe to this, a little bit of maybe Master Control. Original Tron, not Tron Legacy. Although Tron Legacy is pretty darn magnificent, if I do say so. So we're shooting these little discs, not discs, little square plates that are circling. Again, marvel at these graphics. You know, simple, but very effective. Hey, there we go. Boss defeated. Very much reminds me of Master Control. A little bit of a secret. When the screen's gone, you get in here, get some help. Load it up. But we better get out of here, because the Sentinels are going to blow. And now it's Gambit escaping the Sentinel factory. Shades of Super Metroid. We got time on the screen. Let's try to do this. Boy, it's been a long time. You can definitely fail at this, but they do give you plenty of time. If you're on the ball, if you remember how you got here, you'll be able to get out of here. There are a couple of shortcuts if you've opened up all the doors. You don't have to quite go the same way that you came. Everything that you did open remains open. I do kind of forget some things. We might make a few mistakes, but we got time. Okay, well that's no good. Lost my health, but I don't really need it. This stage is all about running. Am I going up? No, I'm going down. Hopefully I won't embarrass myself. That's going to come in the next level. Rest assured. Next level is going to get tough. Love this music, love this presentation. Kind of a classic predicament for the X-Men to be in. Whether I go up or down. Probably want to go down there. Doesn't matter. I had to go up. I knew there was an up somewhere. I feel it in my bones. And muscle memory. A little bit counterintuitive to go up, but I think you gotta go up to go back down. God, I love this game. So we're heading for an exit. I don't think it's long now. Here we go. Widespread phalanx infiltration detected in Magneto's asteroid Avalon. That's who we're going for. What is happening? Do acolytes... Sorry. No acolytes are present, and there are no signs of battle. 94% certain... Too slow, man. If you want to know the story, just go back and pause it. So who do I want? I'll be honest, I don't really remember this stage all that well, and I'm going to stick with my favorites. Let's go Wolverine. Wolverine is probably the best feeling character, but not necessarily the best character for every stage. I'm sure you could happily play this game as a Wolverine game, and I do consider this to be one of the great Wolverine games. There aren't too many of them. There's another Wolverine game I wouldn't mind getting to sometime. A little bit of an underrated one, perhaps. So I was saying earlier, this it controls a bit like Joe Musashi in Shinobi 3. This action will be familiar to anyone who played that game. And actually a lot of this stage will be familiar. You see these characters. I don't quite know if, I don't know about the development history of the game. Keep your eyes too there on the target. That guy's flying around in the background looking for chances to take some pot shots at us. This is a tricky level, but would you expect anything else of Magneto's home base? You're not just going to walk in. Avalon was his... Oh, we're in trouble now. If I wait and don't take damage, from memory, Wolverine will heal. He has his healing factor. And that's one of the things that's great about this game. Yeah, see? I just got some health. I think he will go to 3, and then maybe that's it. It's still a video game. You can't just recover your health instantly and be safe. I can't remember if it's 2 or 3. I thought it might be 3. Maybe it's just 2. Oh no, there you go. So it goes to 3. I love this, like the way they take a basic sort of platformer, then infuse it with what makes these characters who they are. It's really magnificent. So I think I can drop down here, and there's a lower level. I'm trying to stay high because that's how I roll. If you were here when I was playing Sonic games, the higher path is always the better path. Okay, well, I would have liked to have gone to get that health, but okay, we're done. So what are we doing now? I forget how this goes. It might be more of the same. And I forget if Wolverine gets his health back now. Let's find out. He does. So new level, fresh health. Come on, get good. What am I doing? I'm chumping it out. Any health in here? No. I would have liked to have gotten that health at the end of the stage before, but it's kind of dire. But Shinobi fans will recognize some of the behaviors of these NPC characters. I'd love to have full health right about now. Do some claw swiping. So the Wolverine full power claw swipe, like right now, it's that. You might notice the difference. You get a much bigger slashing graphic when it's at full power, and you can kind of do more damage. They're being kind with the health. And is there something here? Yes. Good that these guys are only one hit. Ah, too close. The white things are obviously landmines. I'm gonna avoid those. There's a lot of health sprinkled around this stage. It's worth checking things out. This is a little cheap. A cheap way to sort of avoid the level, I guess. There's some health. That's what I'm looking for. Just like Shinobi 3, it's worth checking some of those crannies, those nooks and crannies. Okay, this guy is very Shinobi. Look at this. Okay, so essentially, when he's flashing powered up like that, the body is protected. Projectile, it's a bit like the shield guys in Shinobi 3. But you can get it done. And just like Shinobi, there's the flip jump. Things like that. It's all very Shinobi 3 in this game, and I love it for it. It's a great game. Shinobi 3 is a great game. I played that during the birthday extravaganza. So if you want to check the archive over on YouTube and you want to see some Shinobi 3, search out the Hellhole birthday, what was it, Michelosevic birthday extravaganza. There's a playlist and there's the special that I did. You might enjoy that. I played a few games that I love. Shinobi 3 was one of them. Shinobi 3, in my humble opinion, one of the great Mega Drive games. Always in the collections. So you've probably been familiar with it by now. This is what we need. I like the little DNA, sort of DNA as health. A spinning 3D graphic in the mid-90s was gold. Mr. DNA, eat your heart out. And of course, you know, I'm doing X-Men, it's mutations, it's genetics. The DNA symbol makes sense, children of the atom and all that. Oh no. I'm doing better in this stage than I expected to. A little too close there. This guy in the background. I mean, isn't there a... It kind of reminds me of... is there something in Shinobi 3 where there's a guy in the background? Ah, god, shit. They're very generous with the health. There's a double strander. Still no full health, but we're getting there. We're making our way through the stage. So those guys, you gotta watch them when they lunge. Mines. Oh, come on. Take a break. But I'm gonna get hit. Bad situation. Good game, bad situation. Lingered. There's a full health. The sparkly DNA, that'll get you full health. Again, just so generous. I think we're coming up to the boss fight. Even after that, there's more health here. Oh, this, yeah. Okay, so this is, I presume this is Fabian Cortez, rather than just some random acolyte. A very, oh no. I'm getting blasted the heck. I forget there's a trick. There is a trick to this. Jumped out. There's a trick to this one, so I forgot there's a few bosses on the way. I don't know who's best for this. Maybe... try Cyclops. See if I can blast him. How far back am I? I gotta do this whole thing? Well, that's not good. I should have gone Wolverine. Reaching the health is going to be a whole heck of a lot harder. Like so, you can see next to the health meter, charging my blast. You can do a quick one, a bit weaker, charge it up, bigger, Bigger, tougher blasts. Probably not the character that's best for this level, but I don't know. Maybe. I love, compared to some games, some X-Men games, they really kind of, they almost discourage you from using the powers. The powers are sort of restricted. For the sake of the game, you got to restrict the powers, but they almost, they go too far. Like games that penalize Wolverine for using his claws, it's too far. I love the way this game balances all those priorities. I love that Cyclops can just blast away. That's good. And it's more about rewarding you. You get stronger abilities rather than taking abilities away. Which in these days is sort of an early example of that sort of reaching that understanding. Games don't strip the powers away the way they used to. Like even Superman. So many of those Superman games were like you can only use one ability at a time and things like that. It was just like, are we here to be Superman or not? Yeah, you might need to scale things a bit to keep the game functional and balanced, but I still want to know that I am the character I'm playing. It was always, it's a bit of a blessing that I wasn't an NES kid, because those X-Men games, X-Men and Wolverine games on NES, man. Marvel games on NES seemed brutal, and I was just fortunate enough to not be in a position to fall for it. I'm sure I would have been crushed if that was my first game with the X-Men. Like I'm sure a lot of fans were. Terrible. Terrible. Criminal. Hopefully that music hasn't been too loud. I noticed that I forgot to adjust my settings. You don't want two sources fighting. Me and my mumbling. It's great music though. Great music in this game. Again, in sort of those serendipitous circumstances, I often missed out on I missed out on a lot of disappointment. I was some of it a bit of intuition and understanding, but also a lot of luck. So I don't associate the Genesis or the Mega Drive with the dodgy sound that some people do, and I think maybe I was just fortunate enough that I didn't play those games. I would say the soundtrack to this one is more than respectable. Okay, how are we doing this? I don't know. I do not know. I wish I could remember there was a trick to this. And the trick is absolutely not just standing there getting blasted like an idiot. That was pretty bad. I'm gonna try Wolverine again. So obviously only some characters can get this health. Wolverine can climb. Nightcrawler can crawl on the walls. Psylocke can cling to walls. And you can sort of do a jump, I think, so she'd be able to get it. And I think Beast can do similar. I don't know if he can jump upward from the walls, though. He can cling to walls. Wow. Well, I blew that. I really just threw all that health away. That's nuts. How many hits did I take? Damn. You don't want to be too close, but you don't want to be too far from those guys. Just checking for health. Oh, come on. What are you doing? Fool. Now the pressure's on. No. Okay. So Cortez, or whoever this is, I'm assuming it's Cortez. It's gonna go up and down. I'm sure there was a way I used to be able to get through this pretty easily. I don't know. Damn. There you go. Can I get the health? Not quite. Let's carry on, I guess, with Wolverine. I forgot about this. Again, a very Shinobi style of level. The drifting. I mean, this is in Shadow? This kind of thing is in Shadow Dancer. I don't think it's in Shinobi 3, but definitely Shadow Dancer, I think. We'd be throwing shuriken down at the bottom of the screen, but in this game you're using your mutant powers. Ah, damn it. Great music. Ah, come on, the health. No. Deal with this guy. Got it. No, 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 no. Bad, bad, bad. Oh, no. I'm gonna stick with Wolverine. I think I usually end up doing this, just sticking with Wolverine for a lot of these later stages. You know, he's a good all-rounder. Again, I'm just kind of noticing these graphics, and they just right out of a comic. I love it. That parallax scrolling in the background might not be. No, it probably is. It's very good. Look at that. Great way of creating depth. Come on, get one of them at least. Jeez. I don't know the trick there. Probably a jump attack. Come down on top of one. Dodging him. Hey you. Hey you. It's not an easy game. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna get a bit of health back. Oh man. Oh, another one. Hey, did alright. Oh, this is brutal. I guess you can go for the switch. If you hit the switch, it takes them out. This is kind of reminding me of the Statue of Liberty stage in Shadow Dancer, with the sort of different formations of ninja. It's a very Shinobi influenced game, I have to believe. All the better for it too. So there you can see, go straight for the switch. I mean, there's a certain satisfaction of taking out the bad guys, but the switch will do it. Trigger the floor, they're not ready, they go. Damn. Oh, that's bad. You can really, once you're out of sync, these lasers can be a real issue. There's a bit of a float to this as well. You probably can't tell maybe just by looking, but it's not just left and right. There's a bit of drift that adds some difficulty. Oh no. Ah, there's health. Damn. Missed it. Doesn't matter. We're good. Okay. Now, if I remember, there is a boss before Magneto. So, what are we dealing with here? Might be time to try some projectiles. Because we gotta deal with Exodus. Actually, I think Wolverine is pretty good against Exodus, now that I think about it. Or Cyclops. I might have used... You can get it... You can get it oriented just right, so he can't hit you. I don't know if I'm quite there. Well, no, clearly not. Man, I'm toast. God, this is tough. If you remember the X-Men comics at the time, you'll know Exodus was sort of a bit of a big sensation. I think he's kind of been a big deal again recently in the last couple of years. A mutant with sort of some ancient ties. Not ancient, medieval maybe. Medieval ties. There was that special that tied him with Black Knight. It was all very interesting. Come on, move. I don't know what the deal with the floor is. I forget what Avalon, what Exodus's powers are. I think it's some sort of like time manipulation, teleporting or something. Nebulous energy projections. In trouble here, clearly. Did that to myself. Get out of the radioactive goo. Whatever it is. I'm trying to heal. That's what I'm banking on here. I guess the healing factor is kind of easy mode. Am I doing anything? Well, that one did something. Ah, come on, you knucklehead. Wolverine just controls so well. I'm sticking with him. Hopefully this won't be the end. We gotta get to Magneto. Oh, what? Come on. Are you serious? Look at the health. Do it the cheap way. I just want to get it done. This is bad. I'm sure there's a better way than this. This is so cheap. Oh man. If it gets me through, I'll be happy. Hey, there you go. Got him. He exploded! Toasty! Maybe he was a Phalanx clone. Here we go. This is where it's gonna get nuts. I'm gonna get nuts. Let's get nuts. Daddy's home. He's mad. Come on. Come on. Ah, blew it. Get it, get it, get it, use it. Come on, hit him with the heavies. Nothing. Come on. Oh, what? Blowing it. Magneto is suitably deadly in this game, though. But if we beat him, we recruit him. Because Magneto's no fool. When he finds out that there's freaking alien techno-organic infestations going on, he gets on board. That's good for everyone. It's good for mutant kind, that's good for humankind. It's good for Magneto kind. If he would stop freaking blasting me, man. I need him to hit this wall though. That's the trick. We need him to bust this wall. I can't do it. One more. Come on. Another one. There you go. And now we gotta get him over here. Come on. Come on! Here we go. We got him. Take a knee, Magneto. Magneto. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Now that Magneto realizes that his acolytes have been abducted and cloned by the Phalanx, he has joined our cause. We must take the offensive. What is their next target? The Phalanx are infiltrating Apocalypse's computers. 44% assimilation complete and rate of transformation increasing. The computer's antiviral defenses have been shut down by Apocalypse. He is allowing the assimilation to occur. Mutants guard his fortress as the assimilation continues. So look, we got Magneto now. We might as well use him. Isn't that exciting? Again, like this is a pretty old game. It's 7 playable characters. Magneto's cool, so we got like magnetic blasts. Whoa, hey. But oh, come on. What? Get real. I like that you can levitate. That's what I'm trying to demonstrate. I can levitate. Akuma, eat your heart out. Look at that powerful stride as Magneto confidently walks through Apocalypse's abode. totally unintimidated. Pretty badass. Again, great attention to detail. I love it. Ah, you piece of crap. These boulders. What a stupid way to die. You're gonna take out the master of magnetism by throwing freaking rocks. Get away from me. I don't remember this being quite so treacherous, if I'm totally honest. I mean, the game gets tough. There's no denying that. Like, how do you... there's probably some way to avoid that. I'm trying to just march through. I got Magneto. I want to play as Magneto, but I'm going back to Old Faithful. A little bit of a berserker barrage. Let's go. I don't remember if Sabretooth is in this game. Sabretooth was a factor in the comic story. And he's in the cartoon version. I'm so sorry, my connection is just taking a pounding right now from something. So the frame rate is just plunged. And I'm getting literally stoned by rocks. Would really love it if I could see a green light. This is probably looking so choppy, so obviously the game I'm playing not choppy on my screen. This is a connection issue, which unfortunately happens way too often. I don't really know why or how. It's coming good now. Get the sense I need to keep moving in this game to avoid those rocks. If memory serves, responsible for these rocks is Tusk. Tusk is chucking them down. You can absolutely drop back down to the levels you've just come from, so doing my best just to keep moving. Slashing wildly in the hopes that I can cut the rocks off as they come. Oh, are you kidding me? No. Oh, that's bad. Do not enjoy that one bit. I'm just destroying my cover as well, and this is... You really want to hit these. No. Oh, no. We're so close. Can I can't. Damn. So here's Tusk with his little buddy freaks, and we gotta get up here and do some damage, but I'm not gonna have the health for it. Donkey Kong ate your heart out. And that's it. I think I'm done. What a lousy way to go. Apocalypse was next. I love Apocalypse. Great villain. And the boss fights, the sprite looks good. I don't think there's continues. The Phalanx is infiltrating everything. Game over. Do I get a continue? I don't associate Mega Drive games with continues. No, look at this. We're right back at the start. Well, I think that's going to be me. Maybe we'll come back to this another time. Try to do a bit more damage than we did. Sadly, I'm playing on the original cartridge, on the original hardware. There's no save states. I got to do it the old-fashioned way. You get eight lives, so that's decent, but it wasn't enough for me this time. Hey, how's it going, Nutty Professor? Good to see you. Yes, very much a great game. One of my favorites. I still think it's one of the best comic book games. One of the best X-Men games. I'm doing good. I'm doing particularly good playing an old favorite like this. I'd like to play. I got to get to the X-Men Legends games. They're pretty good. I think Wolverine's Revenge is a bit of an underrated, interesting game. We'll play that sometime. Revisit all the great comic games, maybe. I don't have them all, but X-Men Children of the Atom was a good one. Don't have that. X-Men on an old console, you can't beat it, can you? Nutty Professor knows. One with the jungle. Is that the X-Men 3 game? Not as keen on that one. A little too bland for me. I want the comic book costumes, the colors. I don't know if that's the game you're thinking of. Could be. There's a whole heap of them. They're not all winners, but there's some good ones. I'm very keen to see where this PS5 Wolverine game goes. I hope it's a winner. I wasn't so keen on the Spider-Man game that they just did for PS4, and then the Miles Morales one I didn't really pay much attention to. I'm not really a Miles Morales guy. I got no real serious problem with it. The game actually looks really good. I like the sort of neon designs and all that with the henchmen. I think they're working for the Tinkerer. I don't know what version of the Tinkerer it is. That stuff kind of irritates me. I'm an old comic fan. I like the classics. I'm hoping Spider-Man 2 will be a bit better. I thought that first Spider-Man just didn't have enough villains, didn't have enough going on. But I guess I can complain about that if I ever play that game. I'm playing X-Men 2 for the Mega Drive right now, for the Genesis, and it is a delight. If you'd like to be here next time I play this or something like it, maybe we could play the first X-Men or something else. There's some dodgy ones that I've got I wouldn't mind playing. If you want to be here for that, smash that follow. And you can find all these things in the archive by heading to YouTube. You might want to follow the link in the About section on Twitch. Hey, thanks for following Nutty Professor. I'm really just talking to anyone. I'm not trying to pressure you. Anyone who's watching, I know you're in the archive. Thank you for watching the VOD. Like seeing you VOD people out there. Can't always be on at the same time. Appreciate you. And this will be on the archive, the YouTube archive. This is kind of part of my Christmas series, I guess you could say. I'm trying to play some nice games over Christmas. We did the prologue of Death Stranding, one of my favorites, a game I played for Christmas. This isn't really a Christmas game for me per se, but I did purchase it, so you might consider it a gift to myself this year. And we're in Siberia, it's snowy. That's kind of Christmassy. You luring me into playing again. I'm probably going to wrap it up here. If you're curious about the box art, you're going to see it when we wrap up here. But so I've got the Genesis box art on the screen right now, but this is what my copy looks like. It's the PAL Mega Drive cover art. I've always been a little bit unclear who this dude is. He kind of looks a little bit like it could be Apocalypse. And that always kind of put me off on this cover art. But I like the group shot. A little bit confused though. Jean Grey and Storm and Bishop Is Bishop here? Yeah, Bishop's here. They're not in the game. So I kind of think of the Genesis cover art as being superior. And then this one, for whatever reason, you can see it's like a silvery gray. I think that was some sort of I don't know if it was a corporate thing or some sort of Australian exclusive thing. I really don't know. I shouldn't speculate. I don't know. So I like the Genesis cover art. Those characters are all in the game. It seems representative of the game. This one's a little bit confusing, but it's the cover I've got. It's what I like. You like Solak? You like Solak for the right reasons. What are you getting at? Solak's pretty cool. It's pretty good that she's in this game. I don't know who else they could have put in. Like, I like that Beast is in here, but he's not my favorite to play as. I guess we should have a look at Beast. He's the only one we didn't use. I like he does a little leap thing. I mean, he looks cool. I mean, that's a Beast sprite, and I love that he's got the Beast heft. The 90s Beast was a big guy. I like that. Take care of this. I like he's got this, he can do a little slash. That's pretty cool. He's got nice big meaty punches. Slam the ground. I forget. Oh yeah. You can do like a running dive. Yeah, there you go. That's pretty cool. That's a Beast kind of thing. I like, I just love that they try to give each character like a few little flourishes in this game. And they honor the characters. Beast has got like this interesting little flip move. And when you power this up, you can do a big like it's almost a little too powerful for Beast. You can do like a little shockwave through the ground. That's more of like a Hulk move. Beast is strong, but he's not that strong. And Beast can cling the walls as well in this. But I don't know who else. I mean, Bishop. I guess Bishop would have been a good character. Storm is just like, should be maybe a little too cool. You know, you'd be shooting lightning, you'd be blowing gales. Now that would be good. I kind of wish Storm was in the game. Storm's cool. Storm's in. She's in the Spider-Man X-Men game, which we might play sometime. It's a little dodgy though. That's not one of the great ones. Oh yeah, he's got this move. I forgot. Check that out. Little handstand kick. They put so many little flourishes into this game. It's a great game. I gotta stop. You're gonna suck me right into trying again. It's getting very late. My skills will leave me soon. This has been the mystery game. We built it up. I hyped it up. If you go back to the intro, you'll see. If you want to see the whole spiel, it was at the start of the last Fall Guys I did, gift grab. I don't know. Is any of this interesting? Probably not. This game's interesting. I've had a great time. I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for hanging out, Nutty Professor. Good to see you. Check out Nutty Professor. The S's of fives. See what he's up to. Good to see you. Good to see you all. Hope you're having a good, happy holidays. Whatever you're celebrating. Christmas. I don't know, when's Hanukkah start? Has that started yet? I'm not sure. Kwanzaa, all these things. Whatever you're doing, whatever you observe, hope it's going well for you. I'm having a nice time. I'll be back sometime real soon. And I don't know, we'll play something else. Maybe we'll get to Master System. I don't know. There's lots of games I'd like to play. I'll see you then. Make sure you smash that follow. Do all that good stuff. I'm on Twitter at @Hellhole. It's in the about, I think. I don't know. You'll find it. I'll see you then. Adios, amigos. To me, my X-Men.